Nearly 6 decades after his first screen appearance, James Brolin remains one of Hollywood's most quietly respected figures, an actor whose career has been shaped not by controversy or constant headlines, but by steady dedication and integrity. While the entertainment world has evolved dramatically over the years, his commitment to meaningful work and personal authenticity has never wavered. Unlike many who chase attention or public spectacle, Brolin has always seemed more interested in craft than fame, more drawn to substance than noise. His journey reflects the rare kind of longevity built on professionalism, humility, and a deep understanding that life's most important moments often happen away from the cameras. Love and loyalty beyond the spotlight. For more than 25 years, James has shared his life with Barbra Streisand, a woman whose talent, determination, and creative brilliance have made her one of the most powerful forces in entertainment history. Their relationship has been built not on glamour, but on mutual respect, patience, and devotion. Over time, their bond has become less about public appearances and more about the quiet strength of partnership. In recent years, as Barbra has faced personal health challenges, those close to them have noticed a shift in priorities. James has gradually stepped back from certain professional opportunities, not out of obligation, but out of love. Behind the private walls of their home, he has chosen presence over ambition, showing that commitment is not measured in grand gestures, but in the daily decision to remain beside someone when life becomes more difficult. Choosing devotion over career demands, James Brolin's career has always been marked by consistency rather than spectacle. He has never relied on scandal or tabloid attention to stay relevant, and Barbra, too, has long valued privacy over publicity. Together they have created a life rooted in stability, far from the constant glare of Hollywood. So, when James began declining roles and reducing public appearances, it was not seen by those who know him as retreat, but as devotion. He has chosen to make their home a sanctuary, focusing on what matters most in this chapter of life: care, love, and companionship. His actions reflect a truth often forgotten in a world obsessed with achievement. Sometimes the greatest role a person plays is not on screen, but in the quiet support they offer behind closed doors. Foundations built in responsibility and character. To understand James's choices today, it helps to understand the foundation of the man he has always been. Before Hollywood recognized him, he was a thoughtful boy growing up in Los Angeles, raised with discipline and strong values. His upbringing instilled in him resilience, responsibility, and a steady sense of self. Even as a child, he was drawn to storytelling, imagination, and the emotional power of film. While others chased quick recognition, James carried a quieter determination, one rooted in patience and the belief that meaningful success comes through persistence. That early strength of character would guide him throughout his career and, more importantly, through his personal life. Breaking into Hollywood through persistence. Hollywood did not hand him success immediately. Like most actors, James faced rejection, uncertainty, and the frustration of being overlooked. Casting directors sometimes dismissed him as too reserved or not fitting the mold they wanted. Yet he continued forward, refusing to let doubt define him. His perseverance paid off when he landed a role that brought him recognition and stability, allowing audiences to finally see what he had always carried: authenticity and depth. Even then, fame never changed his priorities. He remained grounded, choosing family, meaningful work, and personal fulfillment over the constant chase for attention. Meeting Barbra Streisand, a bond built slowly. By the time James met Barbra Streisand, he already understood the highs and lows of the industry. He knew that fame was fleeting, but loyalty and love were lasting. Barbra too had been shaped by hardship, having faced early loss and the need to build her life through resilience and determination. Their meeting was not defined by fairy tale romance, but by honesty, humour, and genuine connection. Their relationship unfolded gradually, built on shared values rather than superficial attraction. Their marriage reflected that same philosophy, intimate, personal, and rooted in something deeper than public spectacle. Over the years, they navigated blended families, careers, and public scrutiny while protecting the sanctity of their private life. Creating a life of sanctuary and peace together, James and Barbra built a home that became a refuge from the noise of fame. Their life has been shaped by simple routines, shared passions, and mutual respect for one another's individuality. James finds joy in nature, gardening, and quiet time outdoors, while Barbra immerses herself in creative pursuits like photography and design. Their relationship has endured because they understand balance, boundaries, and the importance of allowing each other space to be fully themselves. In an industry where relationships often crumble under pressure, their bond has remained strong through patience, respect, and emotional depth. Facing the hardest chapter. Together. As Barbra has encountered health struggles, the demands of their partnership have naturally shifted. For someone who has always been fiercely independent, facing vulnerability is never easy. James has stepped into a role of caregiver, not only handling practical responsibilities, but also providing emotional steadiness. Friends and insiders have observed the couple retreat further from public life, focusing instead on comfort, dignity, and healing. James's devotion is not performative, it is quiet, consistent, and deeply human. His decision to prioritize Barbra's well-being reflects the natural extension of a life built on loyalty and love. The quiet strength of commitment, what distinguishes James Brolin is not only his career accomplishments, but the way he approaches life's most difficult moments. He has always understood that love is not simply a feeling, but an active commitment requiring patience, adaptability, and presence. In stepping away from the professional spotlight, he affirms that his greatest priority is the person who has shared his life for decades. In a culture that glorifies ambition above all else, his choice stands as a powerful reminder that devotion can be its own form of courage. A shared history that deepens their bond. The strength of James and Barbra's relationship comes from shared understanding. Both have endured loss, pressure, and the demands of public life. Their love is not measured by media attention, but by the small daily acts of care that sustain a partnership over time. It is in quiet conversations, shared silences, and unwavering support that their bond reveals its true depth. Their relationship reflects an enduring truth. Love is not proven in grand moments, but in consistent presence through life's hardest seasons. A legacy beyond film and fame. James Brolin's legacy is not only defined by awards or roles, but by the choices he makes off-camera. By placing Barbra's health and comfort above professional visibility, he demonstrates what it means to love someone fully. This chapter of his life is not about stepping away from success, but about redefining what success truly means. The most meaningful work he does now may never be seen by audiences, because it happens in quiet moments of empathy, care, and devotion. Barbra's story and the strength of support. Barbra Streisand's life has been marked by extraordinary resilience. She built her career on her own terms, challenging norms and demanding creative control in an industry that often resisted female authority. Her achievements are legendary, and her strength has always been undeniable. James's support allows her to face this season of life with dignity, surrounded by love rather than pressure. Their home has become both sanctuary and source of healing, where shared history informs compassion and care. an example of quiet courage. In a world that often celebrates visibility over substance, James Brolin's choices reflect quiet courage. True heroism is not always dramatic. It is often found in patience, steadiness, and the willingness to remain present when life becomes fragile. He has spent decades in the public eye, yet now embodies the truth that the most significant acts of love are often unseen. His story reminds us that strength does not need applause, and devotion does not require an audience. Looking ahead with grace and integrity. As Barbra continues facing health challenges, James's commitment highlights the extraordinary depth of their bond. Their story serves as a reminder that love is active, requiring care, attention, and sacrifice without resentment. While the world may never fully witness the private measure of his devotion, those closest to them understand its sincerity. Their partnership continues to reflect integrity, resilience, and the enduring beauty of choosing presence over publicity. Conclusion. The heart's greatest work. The story of James Brolin and Barbra Streisand is ultimately a testament to enduring love, mutual respect, and the quiet heroism of everyday life. It transcends fame, awards, and professional achievement, reminding us that the deepest impact often comes from devotion practiced away from the spotlight. Through decades of shared experiences, triumphs, and challenges, they have built a life defined by loyalty, care, and unwavering partnership. In stepping back from professional pursuits to focus on Barbra's well-being, James exemplifies a rare kind of courage, the courage to love fully, to remain present, and to make the heart's work his most meaningful role of all,